Welcome to our new way of doing listen to reading. This week we're going to start a new way of doing it, and you are going to listen to reading either on the computers or on your iPod, and we are going to have some different colored sheets that go with it. So to get started, I would like you to grab all of your sheets out of your little bag and make sure you're all set up in a quiet place where you're not distracted. You don't want to be around anybody that's going to make you giggle or is going to ask you questions because you need to be focused completely on this. The first sheet that we're going to start with every week is our red sheet. So go ahead and pull out your red strip of paper. The red sheet is all of our word wall words that we're going to learn this week. So I'm going to go ahead and read them to you. I need you to get your pointer finger out and point to the words as I say them. Let's start with that top word in black, and that is the word also. Can you say it with me? Also. Great. Let's spell it. A-L-S-O spells also. Great. Now, as we're doing this listen to reading, it would be a great idea if you whisper along with me. So as I'm saying, you should be whispering to yourself. That way you don't distract those around you, but that you're still being an active participant, and I know that you are doing your job when we do our daily 5. Can we think of how we can use the word also in a sentence? Also means like the word to, T-O-O. So if we were going to use the word also, we could say, I also like chocolate ice cream. Okay, so I'm comparing myself to a friend and we both like the same thing. Now let's look at the next word. This is in the color. This is a color word, and it's in the color that this word is. It's the word blue. B-L-U-E spells blue. Good. We could say my favorite color is blue. Our next word, remember we're going across just like we do when we are reading. Let's see what this word is. It's another color word, and it's the word brown. Can you spell it with me? B-R-O-W-N spells brown. Good job. We could say a bear is brown. Our next word is in a lot of different colors, and this is kind of a color word because it's the word color. Let's go ahead and see if we can spell it. C-O-L-O-R spells color. Good. We could use color like there are many different colors in the rainbow. If you noticed, I added a S to the end of that word color, which makes it more than one. I could also say my favorite color is the color pink. Our last word on that top line is the word funny. We use this when it's funny to describe something. It's a describing word. Let's see if we can go ahead and spell it. F-U-N-N-Y spells funny. I could say Mr. Reed is really funny. We're going to go ahead and look at the bottom line. I see that this is another color word, and it's the word green. Let's spell it. G-R-E-E-N spells green. The grass is green. Our next word is in purple, and it's the word like. L-I-K-E spells like. I like mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving. Our next word is just one of those sight words. You have to know it as soon as you see it because it does not sound out very well. It's the word many. M-A-N-Y spells many. I have many nieces and nephews. And our last word on this red strip of paper is the word some. S-O-M-E spells some. I would like some more candy. Let's go ahead and start at the top again. Let's see if we can read all of the words together. Also, blue, brown, color, funny, green, like, many, some. Great job. Let's see if we can do it again. This time we're going to do it a little bit faster. Also, blue, brown, color, funny, green, like, many, some. Great job. Let's see if we can race this time. Let's see if you can beat me. Also blue, brown color, funny, green, like many some. Did you beat me? I don't know. We'll have to keep working on that. These are words that you should be practicing every night when you go home. You should be reading them to whoever's at home with you, mom, dad, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle. And these are words that when we see them, when we're reading stories, we need to be able to read them right away. We are done with our red paper, so go ahead and put your red paper back in your bag. I want you to get your blue paper out, and we're going to start on the next one. All right, you should have the blue paper out in front of you. This blue paper is one of the new blends that we're learning this week. It is called a cluster. And a cluster is when two letters go together and they make a new sound. We do this every day when we do daily phonemic awareness. And this week we're learning a new cluster, and these are R cluster words. So this is when a letter gets together with the letter R and then they make a new blend or a new sound. We're going to start by I'm going to read the sounds to you, and we'll talk about each of those sounds that they make. So you see those letters on the left-hand side of your paper. I want you to get your pointer finger out and point to the one on the top. It's a CR. CR says cra, cra. Can you say it with me? Cra, cra. Good job. We're going to go straight down. So TR says tra, tra. TR says tra, tra. Good. FR. FR says fra, fra. FR says fra, fra. Now we see DR. DR says dra, dra. DR says dra, dra. Good. Now we have GR. GR says gra, gra. GR says gra, gra. And then our last one is BR, and BR says bra, bra. BR says bra, bra. Great. Now you notice on this page we also have some pictures. So we're going to look at the pictures and hear what sounds, which R cluster we hear in each of these pictures. Put your finger on the picture of the bird. And it's actually a certain kind of bird. This bird is called a crow. Cra, cra, crow. Can you think of which R cluster starts at the beginning of cra, cra, crow? If you said CR, you are correct, because CR says cra, cra. Look at the picture of the frog. Fra, fra, frog. What sound, which R cluster do you hear at the beginning of the word frog? If you're thinking of FR, then you are right. FR says fra. My next picture is a picture of a color, and it's the color green. 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 What sound, which R cluster do you hear at the beginning of the word green? GR says green. Good job. My next picture is a picture of a train. A train. Do you know what R cluster goes with train? If you're pointing to TR, you're correct. TR says tra, like in train. My next picture is a beautiful lady in a dress. In a dress. DR, good job. DR says dra. And my last picture is my last R cluster that we've talked about, and it's the color brown. 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 If you're thinking of BR, then you are correct. Brown starts with a BR, a brown. Let's see if we can start at the top and read down. We have a CR says cra. Tra, TR says tra. Fra, FR says fra. Dra, DR says dra. Gra, GR says gra. And bra, BR says bra. Great job in our R clusters today. Go ahead and put your blue sheet away. You're going to pull out your orange paper. All right, now you have your orange paper in front of you. The other thing that we are learning in addition to our R cluster words are something called contractions. And if you remember Monday morning, I showed you our contraction crocodile, and we read this poem about what a contraction is and what does that mean. We're going to go ahead and read this poem and then see if we can pick out some of the contractions in this contraction crocodile poem. Go ahead and get your finger out so you can point to the words as I read along. We'll read the title first. This is Contraction Crocodile by Kara Carroll. There was a little crocodile who liked to eat up letters. He'd chew them up, swallow them whole, and spit out something better. Apostrophes would take the place of the letters that he'd chew. And when he'd spit one in its place, he'd make words brand new. New words were his specialty. With them he was obsessed. He loved to make contraction words the very, very best. Contractions are short words, words with apostrophes, words like I'm and it's and she's, your and what's and he's. Good job. Give yourself a pat on the back for reading that poem with me and following along. Hopefully by the end of the week, when you've listened to this contraction crocodile poem every day, you can read it with me. I know there's some big words in there that we haven't learned yet, but hopefully that's why we listen to reading, so we can listen to it again and again. We see the words as we're listening, and that way we'll be able to read them the next time. We learned that contractions are words where that contraction crocodile takes a word, he chews it up, and he spits it back out. When he spit it into place, that apostrophe takes the place of some letters that are still stuck in his belly. Let's see if we can find any contractions on that page. Can you put your finger on one of them? I can tell it's a contraction if there's an apostrophe. Does your word have an apostrophe in it? If I'm looking, the first contraction that I see in this poem is the word heed. It says in the second line, he'd chew them up, swallow them whole, and spit out something better. He'd stands for he would. Let's see if we can find any other contractions. I see a couple of he'd. I see one that is it's. In the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line down, it says, and when he'd spit one in its place. It's there stands for it is. The crocodile kept the I and the apostrophe took its place. So instead of having two words of it is, we now have one word, it's. At the very bottom, I see some more words that are contractions. I see the word I'm. That stands for I am. I see it's again, which is it is. She's for she is. I love the way that you're putting your finger on these words as I'm reading them. That is a way that I know you are following directions and being an active listener. Good job. That last line of contractions is your, you are. What's, what is. And he's, he is. Great. We're going to do some more things with contractions all week long, so I hope that you remember this contraction crocodile as we learn. Go ahead and put your orange sheet away, and I'd like you to pull out your green sheet next. All right, you should have your green sheet out in front of you. All of these words are our spelling words this week. This week, just like we're learning our R cluster words, all of our spelling words have an R cluster. So I hope you remember what sounds they make as we read down the list of our words. Go ahead and get your pointer finger out. We are going to read, see how there's 3 columns? We call those lines columns. There's 3 lines or 3 columns. There's the ones that are solid, the ones that are need to be filled in, and then there's an actual line. So here's how we're going to do it. You also need, in addition to your green paper, you need one of our dry erase board pens. Make sure it's one of those markers that we can use on our dry erase boards. That way we can wipe this page off when we're done and we can use it again tomorrow. So you need to make sure you have one of those special markers. It usually says Expo on the side. It usually says EXPO. Once you have that, we're not going to open the marker yet, but we're going to read all of the words. We'll start with that top word. Get your pointer finger out and point to it. It says the word grab. Grab. Good. I like to grab things at the store. The next word is the word trip. Trip. I just went on a trip to Michigan. Our next word is the word crab. Crab. I once saw a crab on the beach. Our next word is the word trap. Trap. I had to trap that crab in a cage. My next word is the word drip. Drip. The faucet goes drip, drop. I love this word because it reminds me of my favorite word, which is the word giggle. And this is something you do before you giggle. You usually grin. To grin means to smile. So I like to grin at people. The next word is, oh, look, I have that double consonant at the end of this word, plus my R cluster. So these are 2 things that we've learned in the past couple of weeks. This is the word crack. Crack. There is a crack in the sidewalk. And then my last word is one of those color words. It's also a word wall word this week, and it's the word brown. Brown. My hair is the color brown. Go ahead and at the top of that second column, go ahead and get your marker out. This time we're going to color in the words as we read them. The first word is the word grab. So you're going to color this word grab in with your marker. Remember, it's your special Expo marker that we can use on dry erase boards. That way we can erase it off when we're done. This is the word grab. G-R-A-B spells grab. We're going to color in the second one. Trip. T-R-I-P spells trip. Good. Now really we're not coloring in these words, we're just tracing them, but that's going to get us good practice for when we get to that third column. If you need to, remember you can always hit the pause button on your iPod or on the computer if you need me to slow down. So make sure you do that if I'm going too fast. Our next word is the word crab. C-R-A-B spells crab. Then we have the word trap. T-R-A-P spells trap. The next word we have is the word drip. D-R-I-P spells drip. Then we have the word grin. G-R-I-N spells grin. Crack. C-R-A-C-K spells crack. Our last word on this page in this column is brown. B-R-O-W-N spells brown. Great. Now we're going to go to the third column. I want you to write the words yourself. I'm not going to talk for this part, so go ahead and hit the pause button on your iPod. When you're done, you can hit play again. You want to make sure that you wrote every single word on the line, so you make different rows of each of the words 3 times. Now that you have it all written and you've written all of our spelling words, great job! We are done with this page, so go ahead and put the cap back on your marker. I would like you to find something to wipe your green sheet off. You can either choose to go get a Kleenex or maybe a wet wipe that we wipe the tables off with if you can find a Clorox wipe. Once you're done with cleaning off your board, your green paper, I want you to put that in your bag and get your yellow paper out. All right, your green paper is in your bag, and we have one page left, and it's our yellow page. This yellow page is our main story that we're reading this week, and it's also our Reader's Theater. So you should be reading this every night at home. Remember, you need to read the whole page. So make sure you're doing that. You're reading the whole page every night for homework. We're going to start. I'm going to read it and you're going to follow along. It would be a great idea, just like the other pages, is if you whisper it along with me. That way you're not distracting your neighbor, but I know you're an active listener, so I know that you're following along and actually reading it. So this is called At the Aquarium by Norbert Wu. We are on a class trip. We will see lots and lots of fish. Here is a fish. Let's look at it. I'm going to pause right there because I see the word let's, and I believe that's a contraction. What do you think? It is a contraction. It's a contraction for the word let us. So we could say, let us look at it. Sometimes our contraction crocodile gets a hold of words and he eats those letters and puts the apostrophe in its place. And it's sometimes just easier to read the word let's than let us. Let's keep reading. Can you see the gill? Gills help fish breathe. Let's, there's our contraction again, look at fins and tails. Fins and tails help fish swim well. Some fins look like fans. Fish can have lots of colors. Look, one is green and blue. One has a black dot on its fin. We like looking at all the colors. What do fish eat? Many eat plants. Some eat fish. There's another contraction for us. This stands for here is. That crocodile got a hold of this word as well. Here's a funny fish. It has a trick. It can puff up to get a big fish to go away. We see two fish. Can you? One looks like a rock. One is in the seagrass. A seahorse can grab on to a sea plant. Crabs and sea slugs live on sand and rocks. A crab has legs. It can run fast. A brown otter also lives here. It can swim on its back. We stop next to a big tank and see dolphins swim. This stands for it is, fun to go on a trip here. What did you like best? Great job! We have gotten through our whole listen to reading today, which is amazing. So you can give yourself another pat on the back and grin because you have done a great job. What I'd like you to do is go ahead and put all of your pages back in your little bag. I want you to make sure that you take care of your iPod. If you're sitting on an iPod, that you take care of it and put it away the right way like I showed you. If you're sitting at a computer, go ahead and make sure that you log out and you put your headphones back on the tower and push in your chair in. Great job!